Welcome back to the Absolutely Fried podcast. My name is Jezabelle, and this is our 100th episode. Yes! Yes, everybody! We've made it! 100 episodes. What the fuck? This right here, I can't lie to you. This is the craziest commitment I've ever had in my life. Truthfully. 100 episodes. This is insane. This is the craziest commitment you've ever had because you've come back here, hopefully, 100 times. That's insane. Even if you've only been here 20 or 10 times, thank you all for joining me. The whole reason why I keep this podcast going is because, one, I fucking love doing this shit. I really do. But also the fact that you guys love it. It keeps me coming back. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I'm so happy for the progress that we've made and where we are today because we're also almost at 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is ridiculous. That's actually insane. That means like a minimum of 50,000 people have watched my podcast and genuinely enjoyed it. That's insane. That could pack out a stadium, baby. That could pack out a damn stadium. So this is insane for me. Anyway, everybody, welcome back. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Please don't forget to subscribe. We're so close to 50,000. If you're more of a listener than a viewer, just know that this podcast is available to you on every streaming platform. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Samsung, Amazon, you name it, it's there. Just search Absolutely Fried and it'll pop up. Today is a celebratory day, and for that we will be doing what everybody's favorite episodes are, which are, what would Jezabelle do? Now let me tell y'all. Let me get myself situated here because let me tell y'all submitted some egregious things to me. You really did. And I just want to preface this by saying, before we even get started, that if you've submitted something and it is discussed today, this is in no way, shape, or form me telling you what to go out there and do. Okay? I am not claiming that I give good advice. Not at fucking all. Okay? This is just merely my opinion. What you choose to do with it is completely on you, okay? This is just my opinion and just what Jezabelle would do, okay? All right, that don't make it right now. That don't make it right. I also would like to say that if you submitted it, I try not to be judgmental, but I am, like I think I've started to accept the possibility that I just might be. So you know what? There might be a little judgment that comes with my answers, okay? Just be prepared for that. It's all with love. It's all from love. I'm going to just keep it real with you because you're my friend and I'm going to talk to you as such, okay? Okay, boom. A real friend keeps it 100, tells you straight up, okay? I'm not going to hold back, and that's why you guys love it. So first of all, let me tell you something. We got a fuck ton of submissions, okay? This was not like a small amount of submissions. You guys were really excited for this episode. I got over 1,000 submissions specifically just for this episode. So, it was very difficult to go through every single one of them. I went through as many as I could, and I just flicked and clicked a bunch of random ones, okay? So I don't even know what it is that we're getting today. Hopefully we get a healthy mix. This is going to be completely random that these are chosen. Go ahead and everybody take your hits. Cheers, everybody. I seen somebody earlier in the chat say they got a gas mask. You are celebrating properly. You are celebrating properly, my friend. All right, everybody. First 2 hits of the episode. Wet our whistle. I think we're ready to get started. Okay. Let's pull them up here. Oh my gosh. We got a healthy mix of stuff, guys. Let's see what we got. I'm just going to pick completely at random. To start off the episode, here we go. Oh, wow. I don't like the fact that this was the first one I picked. Right off the bat, just a quick, wow. We're starting off strong, guys. Here we go. What would you do if a guy offered you $1,000 to send a video of you? I'm not going to say the word. I'm going to show you the word, okay? All right. I think you guys know what that word means. Yourself while going number 2 and using an anal toy. My girlfriend and I were almost convinced I'm the one that would be performing. but something is stopping us from going through with it. We're a team, and she's supportive of me getting the bag. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. Are you listening here? I am so supportive of people getting the bag as well when you should be getting the bag. We have to draw lines, all right? You know what I mean? If somebody's going to pay you $1,000, that's awesome. Everybody loves to get $1,000, but that's not worth $1,000. I'm going to just be straight up with you. See, everybody in the chat even agreeing. That ain't worth it. Baby, that's not worth it, honey. That is not $1,000 for that. First of all, the amount of multitasking that's going on is absolutely absurd. If you were going to tell me that it was $1,000 just for you to have a good time with yourself, I'd be like, okay, sure, girl, go for it. Why the fuck not? You know what I mean? If money's tight and you don't mind, fuck it, go for it. Why not? Right? Everybody's doing it nowadays. But there's a lot of multitasking happening there. There's a lot of multitasking, and I think that person is asking for a lot. I'm going to try not to go into too much detail with my questions for this submission, but since there's so much multitasking going on, you know what I mean? You've got to be using the restroom while also performing something. Is this done over a toilet? Is this done in bed? On the floor? Where are we for the filming of this? You know, I just feel like this is definitely not worth $1,000. I would not do that for $1,000. You saying that there's just something holding you back, that right there is your gut feeling. That right there is that little person in your head that's telling you, this is not smart. You need to listen to that voice of reason, okay? That voice of reason, that gut feeling is there for a reason, okay? $1,000, that's not worth it, honey. I'll tell you what, you could grind DoorDash and make $1,000. Okay, maybe do that first instead. Let's do that first before we ever consider multitasking in this way. Okay, let's listen to that voice of reason. Wow, what a strong start to the day. What a strong start to the day. Moving on to the next one. So I got married at 18, 2 days after my birthday. Wow. Congratulations, I think. And now I'm 19 and divorced. Congratulations again, I think. He tried to convince himself that he was straight. Okay, that makes sense then. All right, this is starting to make sense. Until I caught him cheating on me in VR chat with a femboy. I'm gonna just finish reading. I'm gonna finish reading, y'all. So a week after he gave me the papers to sign and left. Now it's been 4 months since, and it's now my first time being single as an adult. You're not an adult, but I'm gonna keep reading. And I just want to have fun, but I'm unsure how to make friends as an adult since I haven't been to a club ever and don't have many in-person friends. So I'm asking how I should go about making friends and have fun. P.S. I'm also in LA, so any local places, please recommend. 1. I don't have anywhere to recommend to you because I do not turn up like that. I don't go to clubs and shit, so I'm definitely not that person to recommend. But I've heard West Hollywood is great for bars and clubs. But the problem here is that you are still a child. You are 19 years old. That is not an adult. I know in your brain, we've had this conversation, y'all, haven't we? Where I literally tell you that at 19 years old, you think you're an adult because legally 18 years old, boom, you're an adult, but you're a year older than 18. So you think you've really gathered some shit in your brain. You really think that you have an understanding of life. You're in this weird in between where you legally can't do everything, but you're legally an adult, but you still have that teenage underdeveloped frontal lobe, which convinces you that you know everything and that you can handle everything. You're not an adult. You're not. But trust me, in your brain, you're probably fighting me on the other side of the screen thinking, Jezabelle, what are you talking about? I am an adult. Trust me, every 19-year-old thinks like this. Give it a few years, you'll understand what it is that I'm talking about. But you're 19, baby. If anything, you got some crazy ass lore. Look forward to the rest of your life. You dodged a fucking bullet. You found out your man was cracking a femboy on VR? That's insane. That's insane. Not even a year into the fucking marriage, bro. You dodged a bullet. That's some crazy ass lore though. You talking about you not able to make friends. Buddy, right there, that story, that'll make you a lot of friends. I'll tell you what, if somebody came up to me in the street, or if I was like swiping on Bumble BFF or some shit, I don't even know if that shit's still lit like it used to be, but I used to go on Bumble BFF to make friends. I actually made some very good friends on there. So if it's still popping like that, Try it out. But if somebody like swiped on me or came up to me and told me that exact story, I'd immediately be friends with you. That's a crazy plot. Are you kidding me? Guys, type 1 in the chat if you would totally be friends with this person. Be so for real. If somebody came up to you and said this story, would you be friends with them? They got me immediately. That shit's crazy. That's actually crazy. Yeah, see, look, people. That's what I'm saying, girl. Use this to your advantage. You're gonna be able to make friends. You're gonna be good. Oh my God, hello. You're gonna be able to make friends. You'll be good, girl. And you're only 19, so trust me, you dodged a bullet. I'm glad that you were divorced so quickly, because this could have went a whole lot worse, baby. You could have stayed together for 10 years. He could have stuck it out, put a baby in you, and the next thing you know, you find out for 10 years straight he been cracking femboys. It's okay. You dodged a bullet, honey. Anyway. Anyway. Okay, here we go. Ooh, this one's crazy. I recently moved into my dorm for college, and my roommate is obsessed with my girlfriend. The first weird encounter I had with him was when he first met my girlfriend. He constantly had his attention on her when I was talking directly to him. He later complimented her figure right in front of me. My girlfriend would come over to my dorm here and there, and I would do the same at hers. One day, she left one of her pants on the floor. That same day, we had later planned a date. She was going to stay over at my dorm again. Damn, sorry, y'all. I'm like dyslexic or some shit. She was going to stay over at my dorm again. When we walked in, we saw my roommate sniffing the crotch area of her pants. I haven't talked to him since, and I don't know if I should talk to him one-on-one or just move dorms and risk downgrading from the dorm I have now. All right, bro. What in the Wattpad? All right. So there's a lot to unpack here, okay? There's a lot to unpack here. Boom. So straight up, he disrespected you right in front of your girlfriend. The bro complimented her body right in front of you. That's crazy. I'd have punched him in the neck. You shouldn't do that, though, okay? Because you're going to get kicked out of college, so don't do that, right? But I would have punched him in the neck. That's first of all. Second of all, you're asking me if you should just switch dorms or talk to him one-on-one. What the fuck are you going to say to him? You walked in. He was sniffing the crotch area of her pants. How do you talk to somebody one-on-one about that? Tell me how that conversation will go. You go sit him down and look, bro. Look. Listen, man. So that shit the other day, dog, you pulled. Man, I was just trying to take my girl on a date. Come back, trying to relax and shit. I'm trying to crack. You're trying to crack, bro. You think you're trying to crack. I'm trying to crack. I've been with her for how long? Here you go. Dead sniffing her crotch. Her old pants, bro. Come on, dog. We can't do that. What do you think his response is going to be? Okay, I won't do that again. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. That's a straight fucking lie. If that man told you that he wouldn't do it again, he's lying. He's going to do worse. He's going to do worse, bro. I'm telling you. Just change rooms. Talking about downgrading a fucking dorm. Be so for real. Okay? Downgrading a dorm. Dorms aren't that great. The situation you got going on now that you're like, wow, this is actually a really nice dorm, buddy, it's 2 people in 1 room. It's not going to be much different if you move dorms. And if anything, I'm going to be real with you. Just straight up, you sit here talking about moving dorms. Just go tell the school what he did. I'm pretty sure he can get kicked out for that, actually. I'm like 99% sure he can just get kicked out of the dorm for that. So maybe just like tell the school about the issue. They'll probably kick him out and then you'll get the dorm to yourself. Ain't no problem. See? Problem solved. Everything's fine. No more crotch sniffing. You're going to be good. So is it downgrading from what? A pervert? That's what I'm saying, dog. Because let's be real. You're trying to crack. You and your girl both got dorms and shit. You're going to go over to her place. You're going to crack. You're going to have her come over to yours. You're going to want to crack, because you can't always be at her place. Let's just be real. That's what the whole issue is. Are you going to crack her with him in the same room? You know what he's going to be doing. Let's be real. This is what everybody does in college. So if anybody thinks Jezabelle's being very vulgar right now, this is what happens. When you're in college, if you haven't experienced college, like if you didn't go or if you were young and you shouldn't be watching this. This is what happens. You go and move into your dorms, and what the fuck do you think happens when you put a bunch of freaking horned out teenagers, give them newfound freedom, let them do whatever the fuck they want, free reigns, they live on their own? What the hell you think they gonna do? They don't care about two people being in the room. They are cracking with somebody underneath that bed. It's a bunk bed. Somebody's getting cracked at the top. This happens all the time. It's very common. This is very common. What the hell do you think he's going to be doing? You know what? In my brain, I was thinking that he was probably going to be, while y'all are trying to have a good time, chances are he's going to be watching. Cucked out, fucking chair in the corner of the room, smoking a cigarette. Buddy, you don't want that. Worst case scenario, he put a camera. Oh, don't let that man put a camera. Don't let that man put a camera in there. I'm telling you, just get out the situation. Talking about downgrading dorms. Buddy, come on now, lock in. What would you do if you have a king who treats you to the highest standards? I don't even want to finish the rest of this. Marry him. Do I have to finish it? Are we serious right now, guys? What other possible response should I give you? He treats you to the highest standards. Baby, that's good. Because to me, the highest standards, I'm going to assume your highest standards are my highest standards. And if that's true, you are living life very large. You are having a great time. What is there to complain about? What's the problem? And literally will kiss the ground you walk on. I'm lost. Where are we losing you at? Are we serious? Where are we losing you at? He's a great guy, it sounds like. But his looks aren't cutting it for you. All right. Close your eyes. He's perfect. Y'all put so much emphasis on looks. I don't know if I was just raised properly. I done told y'all what my parents taught me. My parents were very open about the things, like the way that they talked to me. They did not sugarcoat shit. I'm going to just reference back to what my mom said when I was younger. Okay? My mom, mind you, let me tell you her resume. She was a fitness model. My mom's body was banging. My mom was hot as fuck. Still is hot. My mom is amazing. She's a gorgeous, beautiful fucking woman. Okay? But she was a fitness model. She had fucking 6-pack abs. She, ka-chow, ka-chow. Like, she was crazy. She was in the gym, okay? Imagine me, right? Because she basically looked exactly like me. Imagine me, right? But like, ka-chow. You know what I mean? Like, fucking ripped as fuck, bro. Crazy fat ass. Like, that was my mom, bro. So she was a fitness model. And she could sing, too. She was a little backup singer for a band. Like, my mom was cooking. My mom was so fucking cool. She was a rave girl. She used to go to the clubs and shit. Like, all right, I'm done hyping her up. My bad. My mom was banging, okay? She told me all the hot guys that she fucked. Terrible. All the hot guys that she dated, terrible. Narcissists, abusive, cheaters, assholes. Terrible. She says the ones you want the ugly ones. That one that you swore you'd never date, that short, fat, hairy, bald man, that's the one, baby. That's actually the one. And she turned around and married my dad. What do you think my dad looks like? Short, fat, hairy, and bald. That's my father. That's my papa. She married him. She turned around and married him. And you know why? Guess what he did? Gave her everything. Took her on trips. Put her in the nicest clothes. He took care of that woman. Okay? He loved her down. All right? He did his thing. You sitting here talking about you got a king who treats you to the highest standards and would literally kiss the ground you walk on, but his looks aren't cutting it. Let me tell you something. In about 30 years, they're all going to be bald and wrinkly. Bald and wrinkly. The hell does it matter for? You thinking right now. You're not thinking about investing. That's your problem. I bet you broke too. Okay, hold on. Let me reel that back in. I just say that because you don't think about the future of investments. You think about the now money. You think about getting that quick check right now. Like, how can I make a band right now? But how can you make 1 million bands 20 years from now? All right. We don't want just one band right now. We want 20 million bands, okay, in the future. You have to think about your investment. You've got a 20 million band investment right now. Right now, okay? You got to think about this shit. The way that you choose a partner, y'all, the way that y'all choose a partner. See what I'm saying? I'm cooking. I'm saying the way that you choose a partner is like this. Are they, when you are decrepit and can't walk, can't breathe on your own, can't talk, can't do shit, Are they going to wipe your ass? Are they going to help you up the stairs? Are they going to take care of you? Okay? Are they going to brush your hair when you can't brush your hair no more? Are they going to wash your back when you can't wash your back no more? Or are they going to dump you and leave you for the next one? Y'all got to think about the future investment of a relationship. You want a partner that's going to be there for you, that's going to make you laugh. Not just somebody who's fine as hell right now. Come on now, talking about looks. What if he fall and bust his shit tomorrow? Bust his face wide open. What then? What then, babe? Think about that. What if he busts his face open? Then they ain't pretty no more. You got to think about this, y'all. Somebody said the way that you choose a partner is that you don't. Okay. That's my advice, baby. I say stick with him. If it's that bad. Come on now. Come on now, girl. You got this. Don't let that go. Especially in the sea of men. Bro, in the chat, I promise you there's... For how fucking long now, people be talking about they in terrible relationships with terrible fucking men trying to make that shit work. You have got a diamond in the rough. Keep it, baby. Don't let that go. Don't let social media fool you. All right, boom. Here we go. Hey, 25-year-old dude here. I've never had a girlfriend and also never been on a date before. There is this girl that I like / am interested in at work. How should I get her attention? How do I go about it? First date tips. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, I love this. I love this so much. I love giving dating advice like this when somebody's like, oh my God, like, how do I ask a girl out? Okay, boom. Okay, boom. Okay, boom. Okay, boom. Okay, so boom. First, this is a coworker, dangerous territory, very murky water. So this is very difficult. I'm gonna just say that because attempting to date or get with somebody or crack somebody at work is very murky waters and can go very, very, very badly. Okay. But with that being said, I know that most people predominantly spend their time at work. And so your kind of dating pool options tend to be from work. So I'm gonna try to hold it down for you as best as I can. So boom. First, you have to figure out if she's into you, okay? Because you don't want to approach a girl at work and then be known as like a weirdo, okay? And a lot of women, I'm going to be real with you, will just give in to peer pressure strictly just because of the fact that it's like, oh, you know, like they're uncomfortable and they just want the situation to stop. So we got to navigate around a lot of stuff here, okay? Because a work environment makes all of this very difficult. So here's what I got to say. I'm going to assume you're a nice guy, okay? Here's what you're going to do. You're going to approach this woman. Maybe chat her up a little bit. Oh, hey, how are you? My name is such and such. If she doesn't already know who you are. My name is such and such. Okay. And maybe talk to her about a couple things you like doing. Hey, like, oh, I like going for walks in the park. You know, I'm just going to be very basic here. Oh, I like to go for morning walks in the park before work. I don't know what time you work or anything. Again, this is just an example. I like to go for morning walks before work, you know, at this one park. It's a lot of fun. I was wondering, like, you know, if you ever want to join or something, it'd be chill. You know, very light. Be like, you know, if you're ever interested in it, give her your number. Don't ask her for her number. Don't ask her for her number. Most of the time, women are just going to give it just straight up, and then they'll like ignore you, or it's just like very awkward, okay? Give her your number. Put the ball in her court, because if she is interested, she will text you. You'll give her your number. She will text you and say, hey, you know, I would really love to take you up on that. But here's the thing. The first date option that you give her, it needs to be some chill shit. It cannot be seen as a date. We got to build up to that, okay? We have to build up to this. So it needs to be stuff that's during the day. Offer a cup of coffee. I've heard some people don't like coffee dates, but I'm going to tell you why coffee dates are good. Offer some coffee. Offer to go for a walk, go to the park, go walk around an outlet mall or something. You know, like offer something during the daytime that doesn't have too much pressure on it. And I say that because a lot of women will associate nighttime dates with having to end in a kiss, a hug, sex. You know, it's always going to end in some sort of physical touch. And women have to constantly think about that, and it can make them uncomfortable. So again, make it something during the day, but no pressure on the first date. If she texts you and she wants to hang out, then good. If she doesn't, then the storyline ends here, okay? But if she texts you and she's like, hey, I would love to take you up on going to the park. That sounds like fun. What day do you want to go? Plan the date. Take her on the date. No pressure. Don't talk about her being beautiful. Don't compliment her. Don't be pushy. Make it seem like it's like very friendly. Like, oh, like tell me about yourself, you know? Get to know the girl, right? Be sweet, be caring, open the door for her and stuff still, but don't put too much on her. All right, just get to know her. With that information that you have, at the end of the date, be like, oh, you know, like I had like a lot of fun. I would love to actually take you out sometime if you wouldn't mind. You can say that, or you can just like end the day, okay, bye, and text her and be like, hey, had a lot of fun. I would actually like to take you on a date sometime. This time, put the emphasis on the date, if they obviously enjoyed themselves. And then she'll give you her answer. If she enjoyed it, boom, going into the next date. You're good. You're solid. Okay? But if she tells you that she's not interested, then the storyline ends there. Okay? The date that you plan, which the second date is the actual date now. Okay? This is like she knows that you're on a date. You're both interested in each other. Are you writing this down? I hope you're writing this down. Okay? Remember something that she said to you the first time you hung out. That's the date you need to plan for her. Whether it is she said she likes Mediterranean food, or maybe she talked about a certain park she likes to go to, or a certain hobby that she has, or maybe she likes to paint or do pottery. Listen to her. Plan the second date around that. Again, don't do a nighttime date, okay? Still too much pressure. Keep it light, keep it fun. At this second date that you go to that's planned around something that she enjoys, okay? Now you can compliment her, because now it's a date. It's official that you both have shown interest in each other. You can start to be, like a little bit flirtatious, like, oh, you look very beautiful today when you see her. Okay, we're cooking. You look very beautiful today, Oh, pay for the entire date. You're taking her out, okay? Get to know her some more. Be a little bit more flirtatious. Be a little bit more complimenting. I don't mean too heavy. Like, don't be weird about it, okay? Don't make her feel over-sexualized. Make her feel pretty. Make her feel cared for. Make her feel like she's in the presence of a gentleman, okay? Then that third date, if that's a successful one, that's when we can start shifting into more like, hey, do you want to go catch a movie later tonight, Maybe around like 8 p.m. Or do you want to go to dinner this one night? You know what I mean? Also, don't have the dates be too close to each other. Give her room to breathe and think about the date. Okay? That's my advice to you. That's right there. Right there. Any man in the chat? This right here, that's how you cook. That's how you get a girl. Literally, this is how you get a girl. This right here, 1,000,000%, that's how you do it. That was a good palate cleanser. In between the crazy shit that we're going to be fucking reading, that was a good palate cleanser. I enjoyed that. That was good. So he said, I'm not going to lie, I'd be down for a PB&J picnic date. Those are the best. I love a picnic date. Picnics are so simple. They're so fun. I love good views. You're outside. If she's somebody who likes to partake, you get to smoke too. Bring a nice, fun beverage. Doesn't have to be alcohol. Bring like a sparkling like cider or something. Like, it's just fun. I love a picnic date. Something very simple. Finger foods. That shit is so fun. So fun. Okay. Next one. Let's see what else pops up. Here we go. My brother's girlfriend and my ex-boyfriend cheated on us with each other and had a child. My brother's girlfriend and my ex-boyfriend cheated on us with each other and had a child. That's crazy. Then my brother took her back, and now I see her all the time and am forced to talk to her. What would you do? Beat his ass. Beat his ass. Oh my God, y'all. I literally told you that most of these submissions should just result in somebody getting their ass beat. Beat his ass. Are you serious? He took her back, beat his ass, beat her ass. What the fuck? I can't even imagine what holidays are like. Does the child come to he has to come to the holidays. Are we for real? Took her back. Get a backbone. I'd beat his ass. That's insane. I probably would lock him in his room, like tie him down, lock him in his room, take his phone, break up with her via text. And then feed him and bathe him and keep him locked away in that room until she actually took it seriously that he didn't want to be with her no more. And then I'd let him free. That's actually crazy. He got back with her. What would Jezabelle do? Jezabelle wouldn't talk to the family no more. I wouldn't talk to him anymore. I would not talk to him anymore. That's actually crazy. I would not talk to him. He took her back. That right there, that's a broken tie for me. That's crazy. I don't know what y'all would do in that situation, but I just wouldn't talk to him no more. I'm gonna be real. How are you gonna be the stepdaddy and co-parent with the same person who cheated on you? That's crazy. Is he raising the kid? Or is your ex-boyfriend actually the father and he's stepping up? Yo. Yeah, I wouldn't talk to him anymore. Real simple. I beat his ass, I beat her ass, and then I wouldn't talk to them anymore. That's actually crazy. I'd probably bully him about it. Damn, y'all really are not going to like my responses this episode. I would bully him about it. I would literally, every chance I got, I would talk shit about it. I'd be like, you literally aren't even raising your own kid right now. And it was a choice. It was purely a choice. And it's not even like you just stepped up to be like the father to a son who's like, father abandoned him. Like, no, you took this woman back after she cheated on you. Like, that's crazy. I bring that up at every Thanksgiving. Like, we would all be sitting there eating, right? And in the middle of like all the silence and people going, like, this is delicious, Sharon. Like, thank you so much for cooking this. Yeah, but also, by the way, Tim over there, fucking cuck. That's insane, right, guys? That child right there, little Timmy, bro, this is not even your dad. Why are you here right now? This is insane. I'd bring it up every Thanksgiving. It'd be like a scheduled thing. In between pie and turkey, it's scheduled. 8 p.m. sharp. 8 p.m. sharp. Or even better, afterwards, when everyone's eating pie, watching holiday movies, I'd pause the movie real quick and be like, hold on, guys, I have to go to the bathroom. But as I get up to walk away, I'd be like, wait, actually, one more thing, though. Cuck. Like, I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even fucking care. When it's family, yo, I'm gonna be so real. Y'all wouldn't like my family. If y'all don't like my answers to these questions, I'm not gonna lie to you, y'all would not like my family. My family is completely and utterly brutally honest with no filter. That's why I am the way that I am. I would love to get my dad's opinions on these, actually. Maybe one day we should just like call him up and be like, Dad, what would you do in this situation? If y'all hate my responses, y'all don't want to hear his. All right, boom. Here we go. Should we do a palate cleanser or should we keep going? Ooh, okay. Let's do a palate cleanser. Palate cleanser. All right. Hey, Jez, I love your videos. What would you do if you had gotten bullied all your life practically? By family, by your schoolmates, and now that you're older, people still keep picking on you occasionally. So now that you're older, you have grown this deep vendetta against bullies and popular people, basically anyone who's a bad person but still gets praised for it, and it's something you've been struggling with for years. Is it right to still hold a grudge and have that vendetta against these people, or should I let it 100% go and forgive them and detach from it entirely? My God, yo, I actually might be dyslexic. That took me a while. Boom. Summarize, just in case that was real choppy. Like, I feel like right now, like, it's like when people do like the popcorn reading, like, please don't pick me. Then they pick me and I'm like, when the dog went to, that's me. Anyway. All right. So you've been bullied all your life by people and you have this crazy vendetta against them and you're wondering if you should let that shit go. I would love to answer this as somebody who was bullied a lot growing up. And this is actually interesting because I meant to mention this a couple podcast episodes ago when I told you guys that I had gotten into my old email from when I was a kid and I was able to see who I first subscribed to on YouTube. I actually went through my email from when I was a kid and I went through like the emails that I had sent out, and in there, oh my God, it was low-key like traumatizing. It was screenshots of messages from people bullying me at school. And it was me emailing them to my principal to try to get my principal to do something, which, by the way, shocker, she did not. For some reason, she hated me. I don't know what the hell was going on when I was growing up. They hated me. The school did, like, I don't know. I think it was like the principal didn't like my dad or some shit. I don't know. But she did not like me. When, like, there was something that I did slightly wrong in school, oh, she always threatened to expel me, right? But the second that I pulled up stuff of somebody doing something wrong to me, she just, it's not a big deal. And so it was screenshots of kids like bullying me, like talking shit about me. And it was so mean because they were like sending me these messages, like calling me all these names. And it was like in particular, one of them was this boy that I really liked that I was like dating, you know, it was like in middle school. So we weren't like dating or anything, but we were like talking to each other and like whatever the fuck you would call that as a kid. And he was just like calling me all these names and being really mean to me. And I had no idea why. I was literally like, why are you saying this? Like, why are you doing this? Why do you keep, like, the message is me just being like, why are you being mean to me? Like, I was reading it and I was like, oh my God, stop. This is actually so sad. I was like, no. And it's like them being like, I don't care. Like, you're a thought. You're like a bitch. Like, he was like calling me all these names. And then like his friends started texting me and calling me the same names. And he was like, I'm going to spread rumors about you at school. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, the messages were so mean. And it was me just responding saying, please leave me alone. You're being really mean to me. This is hurting my feelings. And then I was like, I'm going to send this to the principal. If you keep like harassing me, like if you say anything else about me to anyone else, like I'm just going to like tell the principal. Principal didn't do anything. But like, I basically, in a nutshell, I was bullied a lot growing up. Okay, I don't know why. I wish I could tell you. I think genuinely, it just that some people found me annoying, and so they were mean to me. That's it. That's really what I think it is. Because like a lot of people called me annoying growing up, but that's okay. Getting bullied a lot growing up, it's very difficult. That shit follows you into adulthood. It definitely does. And you're asking me if you should just 100% let that shit go and just like forgive and move on. But I'm gonna be real with you. I don't even know if that's even possible. Like, I'll be 100% honest with you. Everyone that I know that got like actually bullied growing up, it's difficult to just forgive them. The only way that I feel like forgiveness can be achieved is if they actually apologize to you. And shocker, in my experience, none of them have. Not a single one. Matter of fact, they've followed me. They've hit me up. They've been very nice to me. They're like, oh my God, hi. Like, wow, girl, it's so crazy to see where you're at now. Like, you're doing so well. Didn't respond. I've gotten messages from so many people that like genuinely were like terrible people to me growing up. And they just like messaged me as if we were friends. And I'm like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to say to that? Like, hello? This is actually crazy. Like, the same people who were like doing that whole joke where you like make it like a bet or dare somebody to like go ask somebody out and then like pay them $5 and then they turn around and tell you like, oh, like I was just joking. Like he just told me he would pay me $5 if I did that. Like, you're going to message me and act like we were friends. That's crazy. That's actually really weird. But I want to tell you that like, the healthy thing to do would be to like let it go and like move on, but like it's harder than you think it's gonna be. You're not gonna be able to just like let that shit go. I'm just gonna be real with you. At least I haven't, and I went to years of therapy, baby. I went to years of therapy. I've talked to so many friends about like what I went through when I was a kid. Didn't help. Still in the back of my head, and like a large part of me feels that it's in the back of my head, and I feel that way because I never got an apology for it. And I just never will. And I have to accept that. But in all honesty, I don't think that it's about forgiving them and moving on. You know, like 100% just like moving on from this and just like forgiving them and forgiveness and da-da-da-da. I don't think it's about that. I think it's about what you choose to do with your feelings about the situation. How they treated you, what you choose to do with that. Because there's two ways that this will go. You could let it eat you up for the rest of your life. You could believe their words. You could let that shit hit home for you. You can become depressed because of it. You can let it tear you down. You can let it haunt you in every single thing that you do. Or you can use it as fuel and become better. And prove, not to them, but to yourself, that you know your worth. That you know that those things that they said about you are not true. That the way that they treated you was not how you were supposed to be treated. People are mean, especially fucking kids. Kids are so fucking mean, dude. They are so mean for absolutely no reason. So I think that it's about what you choose to do with it. And I think that being bullied growing up, I used that shit as motivation. I have always done my best my whole life to make sure that I understood that this said more about them. So, hey, I say use it as motivation. I wish I could tell you that the right thing to do would be to 100% move on and forget it. But, like, I don't know if that's even possible. So I say instead use it as motivation. Whew. That's a rough one. I'm sorry that you got bullied. That shit really fucking sucks. I know, like, I'm on the podcast, I'm very aggressive and I'm very unfiltered. I mean no harm by anything that I say. It's very lighthearted to me. Most of the stuff that comes out my mouth is a joke, and it's all from love. But genuinely, if you're being bullied, if you're suffering, if you're going through something, dude, like, I am so sorry. I am genuinely so sorry. It really fucking sucks, but what is it? Fuck it, we ball? Hey! Fuck it, we ball, dog. Never allow anyone to bully you. All right, boom. Here we go. Oh my gosh, what is this one? Okay. What are certain things to consider when picking between two guys? The dynamic I have with both of them is so different, but I honestly enjoy both. Oh shit, we got a love triangle. Those are fun. Those are the best. If you're in a love triangle right now, soak it up. Soak that shit the fuck up. That shit's fun. That is so fun. You're probably like so confused, your feelings. You're like, oh fuck, who do I want? I want Jacob, but I want Edward. Why not both? Like that one fucking, what's that movie with fucking with Zendaya where she got them two tennis guys? Oh, damn, bro, I'm a huge fan of Twilight. Guys, you don't understand. I literally have a Twilight shirt. I'm a huge fan of Twilight. I'm going to see Twilight live in action, which just means they play the movie and then they have like an orchestra do the music this month. Literally this month. I bought the tickets months ago. I'm obsessed. I've seen, that's my comfort. That's like my comfort series. I've seen it 1,000,001 times. When it was getting removed from Netflix, I watched it for 2 weeks straight, every single day, all day long. Every time I sat down to consume like content, I just kept rewatching the series. And like low key, I probably should not have just admitted that. That's actually really bad. I don't think I should have admitted that, but I love that. It never gets old. It never gets old, bro. I love those movies so much. And like, damn, I'm gonna be real with you. If I was Bella, she's crazy. I'd have cracked both. I'd have been on both, talking about, no, Jacob, don't kiss me. But I'd have been naked. He would have turned around for a second and been like, Bella, please turn back around, butt naked. What are we waiting for? You gonna eat it or what? I can't lie. I can't lie. I can't lie. Oh my God. Yeah, no. So being in a love triangle, if you're in one, bro, you're up. You're literally up. Oh my God. Guys, I don't know what the back of my head looks like. So when I turn around to fix this painting, the back of my head is not my business. Don't say nothing. The back of my head is not my business. Anyway, let's keep reading. Okay. One of them is a little more playful. Okay, Jacob. And the other is very serious. Edward. Guys, hold on. Let me let the movie go. It just gets me so excited. And that kind of freaks me out a bit. He also doesn't like that I smoke and like to go out and shit, so I don't know. It sounds like you have your answer then, babe. I think the playful one matches with my lifestyle, though, and while he does cute things for me, the serious boy does more. Help me. Okay, girl, well, I don't really know what I'm supposed to say to you in this situation because that's actually really difficult. You have a more serious one that, like, kind of holds you down, right? And then one that's more playful. I'm just going to re-reference what it was I said earlier. Who do you think is going to wash your back and wipe your ass when you're old and decrepit? If you don't know, maybe just ask him straight up. When I'm old and decrepit, are you going to wipe my ass when I shit myself? Just ask him straight up. That's really how we should gauge partners. Like if you're just now starting to date somebody, literally text them right now and say, would you wipe my ass after I shit myself in my diaper when I'm old and decrepit and can't do it myself? That says a lot about the relationship. It really does. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, but in all honesty, it sounds like you know which one you want. I can't tell you which to pick, babe. This is how I would pick. You know when you sit down and like you're wanting to go out to eat with somebody and you can't decide between two places, so you ask someone like, "Hey, do you think that we should get this to eat or this to eat? I can't decide." And then they say an option, but you're low-key upset because that's like actually not the option that you wanted. I say do that. Find somebody, tell them about each boy, or like if you have a friend already that knows about everything that's going on, ask them who to choose and then see how you feel with the answer. If they give you an answer and you're like, damn, but like, then maybe you should choose the other one. But if they give you an answer and you're like, that's exactly what I was thinking, then you already know. You already know. Or you could also do like Spinner Chooser or whatever. You guys use that website? Spinner Chooser? That's helpful. Roll a dice? I don't know. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, boom. What would you do if someone trying to pursue you had herpes? Let's say they got it in their past. They take medication and know their symptoms. Would you consider dating them if they were honest with you? Yes. I don't see any issue with herpes, to be honest. I don't see any problem with herpes. I'm not going to lie to you. Herpes is something that most people have. I know that sounds crazy, but it's extremely common, and like cold sores are literally a form of herpes, and people forget this. I think it's like 1 in 3 people literally have herpes. So, I mean, you say that they're taking their medication. As long as they communicate with you, like if they're having a breakout or not, then like the chances of you contracting it are like basically none, to be honest with you. I mean, but that's something that you have to like gauge on your own if you trust this person enough. And if you do, I say, fuck it, go for it. I don't think that herpes should define somebody. That's just my opinion. I don't think that's that big of a deal, though, to be honest with you. Hi, Jezabelle. My current situation is that I have a boyfriend, been together for a couple years, and he doesn't seem to be as interested in being intimate with me anymore. We used to do stuff all the time. It's caused me to question and doubt myself and the relationship, and also slowly fall out of love with him. I do still love him and care about him, but I don't know how much longer I can keep going, and we've had conversations about it, but it just feels like the spark is kind of dead, and I'm the only one trying to revive it. Also, I'm in my early 20s, so I feel like I should be young and turnt and not really having this issue. Anyways, love your channel and podcast. Thank you. Yeah, you should totally be young and turnt, and I want to say you shouldn't be having this issue, but babe, you're going to have this issue in every relationship. I'm not going to lie to you. There's going to be, every relationship goes through kind of like a lull where sex is like slim to none, and it's because, you know, you have to learn to keep it alive, babe. Really, you just have to learn to keep it alive. You have to do things for each other, and keep each other like on your toes. That's really what it is. That's why when people say that a relationship is hard work, like, they're not lying to you. They're literally not lying to you. It is very hard work. It's not just like, oh my God, we love each other. Great. We're going to be together forever and everything's going to be awesome. Let's move in with each other and just be sunshine and rainbows. No, you're going to go through the roommate phase, and that's going to be awful because you're going to be so locked in on like growing and becoming who you are, whether that be like going to school or working or just like really focused on other things, that you're not going to make time for each other because like subconsciously in your brain, you're like, we live together. Like, we're around each other all the time. So, and that's where like that lull comes from. And it can be very difficult. But really, it's just about keeping things fresh and new and communicating. It sounds like you said, hold on, where's it at? It says, I'm the only one trying to revive it. That's the only issue that I'm seeing. The issue that I'm seeing is that you're saying you're the only one that's trying to revive it, which means he's not. So you need to have that conversation with him that he needs to put an effort. And if he's not going to put an effort, then babe, I don't think that this is going to work long term for you. Just going to be honest. Just going to be honest, because a relationship takes two. You both have to put in the work. Both of you do, okay? It's not just one person, both. So if you're sitting here putting in the work and you've told him what he needs to do and he's not doing it, it's time to move on and go be young and turnt like you want to be. Great. If you hypothetically have been a serial dater / cheater for most of your life, how would you go about creating connections and bonds with others? Asking for a friend. I think you're lying. But for your friend, if you've been a serial dater and cheater for most of your life, buddy, you might be cooked. You have no grasp on what the idea of commitment is. You might be cooked. You might also be cooked because whoever it is that you choose to date is going to ask you about your past. And you're going to have to either, one, lie, which just feeds into the same person that you were before, or two, tell the truth. And then they're probably not going to want to stay with you because of the truth. Ouch. That one hurts. That one hurts, right? Get therapy. And that was exactly what I was about to say, babe. You need to go to therapy. That's what you need to do. How would you go about creating connections and bonds with others? You need to go to therapy before you even consider doing that, because you have no understanding of what creating a connection and bond is at the moment. Time to go to therapy. Wow. Guys, I'm like getting quick with these responses. We're good, guys. We're doing well. Really, that's all it is. I have nothing else to say to you. You just need to go to therapy. That's it. And then from there, your therapist will teach you how to build those connections and bonds. But if you've been a serial dater / cheater for most of your life, there's a lot to unpack there, dude. There's a lot of stuff that you've probably been through that you need to unpack. Ugh. Boom. I have a boyfriend, and he is honestly so perfect. All right. Where's this going? He pushes me to be the best version of myself. He sounds great. He is kind, caring. Love him. Makes me feel safe, and I am so in love with him, but the sex is very mid. Actually, below mid. Oh, bitch, you doubled down is crazy. You could have just left it at mid. That's actually crazy. Whoa, hold on a second. Below mid. She had to correct herself. She could have deleted the mid and then just put not great. But she put mid, actually below mid. Damn, that's actually crazy. And he has a small downstairs area. I'm about to school her, y'all. I'm about to school her. Here we go. What do I do? We speak about the future and moving out and having kids, etc. And as much as I mean it all, there's a voice in my head saying, are you willing to put up with bad sex forever? Forever. What would you do? Love from the UK. All right, babe. Guys, let's cook. It's not about the size. It's about the motion in the ocean. Let me hear you say it. Boom. Motion in the ocean. Real ones know that. Motion in the ocean. All right. So boom. I don't know how small we're talking about here, but you said that the sex is below mid. We could work with something here. Let me tell you something. Can he eat it? Can he eat it? He got fingers? Let's be real, all right? Y'all put a lot of emphasis on what's going on down there, but there's more to it, guys. There's so much more to it, okay? But I get it. In your brain, you're like, but Jezabelle, what if I just really want some? And I'm not trying to get 8. I'm not trying to play with the hands. I'm trying to get some, All right, girl, you ever heard of toys? Spice it up. Spice it up, okay? You just need to spice it up. That's it. I mean, what is it? It's like a small percentage, only 1%, or I think it's like between 1 to 3% of women actually like climax from just pure penetration and nothing else. The rest of women, which is the 97% of women, dog, need stimulation on the outside, flick the bean, DJ a little bit. So bring some toys into the mix. Penetration ain't even the biggest part. It's not even the biggest part, dog. That's just purely to procreate. You know what I mean? That's purely to procreate. We could have a lot more fun, okay? Also, you talking about mid-sex. Sex is something that's learned. So if he's not great, baby, you just need to practice some more. You need to communicate some more. And I say this, have a constructive session. That's what I mean. Like literally plan it. Say, all right, boom. I feel like our sex could be better. Let's have a constructive session. So boom, get in the bedroom whilst in the middle of it, be like, I don't really like that. Try this. Do this instead. Okay? Constructive session. And then he learns. Sometimes you got to learn. Okay? If not that, you can also go online and search up videos of maybe specific things you want him to do and send them to him and say, why don't you watch this real quick and then try it on me. Because I'm gonna be real with you. Y'all want to know first time I got head? You know what I did? First guy that ever gave me head, I sent him a video. I did not want this to go wrong. I really didn't. I didn't know what it was like to receive head, but I knew deep down inside of me, I was like, I want this. I crave this. I want this to be great. I want my first time receiving head to be something phenomenal. So I found a how-to video online. And it wasn't just like a how-to, guys, here's a walkthrough. It was like a legitimate, educational, corn video of somebody walking you through exactly what you need to do. I sent it to him. What do you think my first time was like? It was phenomenal. Guys, come on now. Constructive criticism is what you... Criticism. The dyslexia is back. Criticism. Guys, it's literally either a stroke or dyslexia. It's actually crazy. Criticism. Okay. Boom. Let's move on. Didn't we just read this one? Oh, here we go. No, we didn't read this one. It's just eerily similar to one that we've read. Okay. Hey, girly. So I've been with my boyfriend for almost 2 years now. I love him, and we've been in a pretty happy relationship. I've made up my mind that I want to marry him and can imagine a life with him, children and everything. I've never been in this serious of a relationship before. My issue is I find that I will get this intense attraction to other people, but get disgusted and weirded out about the idea of actually being with that person. So I'll imagine myself or even have dreams about having sex with other people, but the idea of leaving my boyfriend for that person makes me physically sick. I've never cheated before, ever. What if I do want to act on it someday? Am I afraid of commitment? Am I secretly a fucking cheater trying to pose as a good, loyal person? Been reeling thinking about this for weeks. What would you do? Baby, let me reel you back in. You're human. You have sexual urges. Did you just call her a cheater? Abel. Really? She is not a cheater, bro. Reel it back in, dog. Y'all telling me you never walked down the street, saw somebody that was fine and were attracted to them? You can't help that. You can't help that. Okay, let me tell you something. I know that you're not a cheater because of the fact that you just said to me that you've found somebody attractive and your first instinct after that was disgust. That you would never do that to your boyfriend, that you would never leave him, that you would never actually act on anything. Like the idea of that, like that's disgusting to you. You are not a cheater. You are a normal human being with intrusive thoughts. That's what that is. Cheaters carry through. There you go. That's what a cheater is. A cheater is somebody who carries through, okay? You're not a cheater. You have normal human impulses that you literally can't help, which is that you walk down the street, if you see somebody that's attractive and you're attracted to them, your body is going to just like have this reaction. You cannot help that, okay? You can't help that. The problem only lies in if you choose to act on it. But the way that you're beating yourself up about this, I don't even think you're going to act on it. Like, dude, you've been reeling about this for weeks. Chill. You're good. Everybody feels this. You're completely normal. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not doing anything bad, okay? You're not going out of your way to try to talk to other men, to try to flirt with other men, to try to look at other men. It's just happening naturally. I mean, like in your dreams, seriously, you can't help that. You're not in control of that shit. Don't beat yourself up. You're just human having human urges. You're good, girl. You're fine. You love your man. You care about him. You're attracted to him. If everything else in your relationship is perfectly healthy, this is all very normal. Literally. You're good, dog. Somebody said without remorse too. Yes, exactly. Cheaters carry without remorse. Again, you haven't even done anything wrong and you're sitting here beating yourself up. You're a good person. You're good, dog. You're good. Ooh, here we go. I have been lying to my friends for a long time. I am 23 and I'm still a virgin. I've never dated anyone or even talked to someone romantically. For years, I have pretended that I have been involved in these things because my friends have been. It started because I felt embarrassed to be in college and not have experienced any of these things. That you don't have to be embarrassed about that, by the way, guys. I want to stop lying about it and not feel ashamed, but I honestly think I'm in too far now with the lies and don't want my friends to be upset or distrust me. What should I do? Come clean or just be truthful from now on? Do I just go down with the lies? Any advice on romantic life is welcome as well. LOL. I've never really had men approach me in that way, but I'm also not the most social. I love your content on literally every platform. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, men just don't approach women. That's extremely rare. So don't beat yourself up about that. If you're a woman, you're like, why don't men approach us? Like, bro, I've been approached maybe my whole life. Maybe 3 times. Maybe 3 times. And it wasn't even that I got approached. I think I was just in a situation where like maybe I was like with friends and like my friends brought other friends and that friend started talking to me, you know, because like we're all just hanging out with each other. I've never just straight up been out on the street and someone came up to me and was like, hey, you're really pretty. Never happened. Never happened. I've had men stare me down, but they never follow through. Never had a man come up to me and be like, hey, I would love to get to know you. Can I get your number? Nothing. Ever. Never. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that's extremely rare. I wouldn't expect that. But yeah, no, this is actually very funny. It's okay. Don't take it too seriously. The fact that you've been lying to people about this, don't take this too seriously. If I was friends with somebody and they like confessed to me, Jezabelle, I've been lying about my sex life to you, I'd probably laugh. I would probably think that's so funny. Not in a way that like I'm making fun of you, but in a way that it's like, really, dude? Like that's actually crazy. That sounds like some like movie, like a plot to like a 2008 like comedy movie. I probably would just like take you to the bar or something afterwards and be like, let's see if we can get you cracked or something. I don't know. I wouldn't take it seriously. You're more than welcome to tell your friends, but I don't think that you have to. I don't really think that your sexual history is anyone's business. But if it makes you feel better, you can tell your friends. I don't think they're going to hate you. And if they do hate you, then they're weird. It's not you. They're weird. I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah, it's really not that deep, dog. I say you're good. Don't beat yourself up. Also, 23 and a virgin, don't worry. I know plenty of people that are virgins. Literally, trust me, a lot of people think that like folks just be getting cracked left and right. And while they do, yes, there's also a lot of people out there that just like haven't had sex still. I know so many people that are like the type of people that just kind of put more emphasis on it. You know, like you're one of two types of people. Either you don't really care too much, and sex isn't that serious to you, or you're somebody that puts like a lot of like feeling and emotion behind sex, and it's not just sex, it's like a making love, like a sharing a part of you, and so you want to have that be a more intimate experience with somebody. So you're one of two types of people, which is like 50-50. Trust me, you're not alone. Very common. And I'm older than you, and like I'm telling you, I know people that are older than you that are still virgins. So you're chilling, dog. You're chilling. Someone said it's only embarrassing if you let it be. Exactly. Seriously, don't think too much about it. You're good, dog. Damn, we've been doing this for an hour and 15 minutes. Holy shit, I didn't even realize that time flew by. What the hell? Let me wet my whistle. That's crazy. An hour and 15 minutes. That flew by. I thought I was going to click it. It was going to be like 40 or something. Holy goodness. All right. I still have so many more. Oh my gosh. I don't know if we're going to get through all these. I just literally screenshotted like a bunch. I didn't know, since I just picked random ones, I didn't know how long it was going to take me to put my answer out there, but I should have known. I go on tangents. All right. My boyfriend of 6 years wants to have a threesome. He wants to have it with another woman, but when I bring up it being with a man, he gets mad. I wouldn't mind doing it with a woman, but it just seems unfair. Yeah, break up with him. Break up with him. He just wants to cheat on you, and he wants to do it in a way that he's not labeled as a cheater. This woman that your boyfriend wants to have sex with, he wants to cheat on you with that woman, but he doesn't want to be labeled as a cheater. So he's brought up the idea of a threesome, and if you've said yes, then he wants to crack this woman, and he's not going to be labeled a cheater because you consented to it. Yeah, no. Just break up with him, babe, because he's probably just going to end up cheating on you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Bringing up the fact, like, you were smart for that too. She's got a brain on her shoulders. That's right. You were smart for that shit. You clocked it immediately because you were like, okay, you want to have a threesome? Then what about with a man? You would have been fine with a woman too. Damn. You were playing chess. He was playing checkers. Like, he did not know what he was doing. He should have been like, okay, yeah, I guess I could be okay with it, and like felt out the situation. Damn, he didn't play the game right, did he? No, you're too smart. You're too smart. You played the game. That's what you did. You played the game. You were down to do it with a woman. Damn. I bet you he got a suggestion too. He got a suggestion on which woman it should be too. Hell no, girl. It seems unfair because it is unfair. He's just trying to crack another woman. I dropped that immediately. She tested him and he failed. Exactly. You're a smart woman, so I'm going to assume with that head on your shoulders, you already know what to do. Boom. My boyfriend is extremely vanilla, and I am very much not. I tried to gauge how he feels about doing more stuff, but he's kind of reserved about it. How do I get him to listen to my wants? I don't think I've ever actually met a man that was vanilla. I've met men that were just inexperienced in trying things. Well, hold on, girl. What do you mean by vanilla, though? I wish you would have elaborated, because we could be talking about the difference from getting cracked from the back to you wanting to peg him. Hold on a second. She should have gave more detail. She didn't give more detail. She did not give more detail. What are we talking about here? Do you want to be like freaking tied down and suffocated? Like, what do we mean by vanilla? Where's the line drawn for vanilla here? Hold on a second. Because if he, what if he's literally just like an average normal guy and she's sitting here like, I literally want to just like, I want to crack him. Like, I want to peg him, but like, he's just so vanilla. Girl, that ain't wait, hold on a second. Vanilla is so subjective. That's what I'm saying. I wish she would have gave more context. But girl, at the end of the day, if you're not vanilla and you've tried asking him and he's like, babe, honestly, I'm just not into that, it might be time to consider other options. I don't know. If this is something that means a lot to you, if sex is genuinely like a huge part of the relationship, like you need whatever it is that you're trying to achieve with him, I guess you got to reevaluate. I don't know, dog. That's my answer. Is a man not buying his girlfriend flowers a red flag? A little palate cleanser. Is a man not buying his girlfriend flowers a red flag? I don't necessarily think that a man not buying his girlfriend flowers is a red flag, but I think it's the intention behind it. And a lot of women talk about this, like, oh, your boyfriend doesn't buy you flowers regularly. Like, what the fuck? I don't think that it's necessarily actually buying flowers itself. I think it's the idea and the thought behind it, because we get so caught up and busy in our regular lives that we forget to think about the people that we care about. And so if it's something as simple as you come home from work and you're coming home from work late, maybe you had to work late or something, so you stop in the grocery store real quick and get like it doesn't have to be anything expensive, just get like just a cheap bouquet of flowers, just something to show like, oh, like I was thinking about her, I missed her today, grab the flowers, show up at home with it. That means a lot. That genuinely means a lot to somebody if you can show them that you were thinking about them. But it doesn't have to just be flowers. If you're somebody who works out in the morning by yourself and you don't typically take your girlfriend with you, let's say you go to the gym for like an hour. Instead of going for an hour, go for 30 minutes and then offer for like the next 30 minutes, like, hey, do you maybe want to go for like a walk around the block? Like, let's go just like walk, spend time with each other, like talk to each other. It's about keeping that person in mind, doing things to show that you still care about that person. I don't necessarily think it's just the literal act of buying flowers. I think it's the intention behind it. That's what I think it is. That's why so many women, like, I feel like when women talk about it, I feel like we're using it as an example where it's like, buy me flowers regularly. We're using it as an example of like, show me that you care regularly. That's what I want. I just want to see that you care. And flowers are subjective, you know, for like some people like don't want flowers. Some people might like candy. So instead of showing up with flowers, somebody shows up with candy more often or something like that, you know? It's just about showing that you still care about that person. Oh shit. Thank God we had a palate cleanser. Okay. So me and my boyfriend were having dinner for our anniversary, and we were minding our own business until I saw my neighbor's husband having dinner with another woman. My heart dropped. My neighbor is pregnant, and they just got married about 2 years ago. I'm glad he didn't see us because I feel like it would have been complicated. I feel like it would have complicated things even more. It's been a week, and every time I see her, I want to tell her, but I just don't know how. She's the kindest, sweetest person ever. She cares about everyone. Oh, God. She even brings over baked goods she's made. Oh, my God. She's a Disney princess. She's literally a Disney princess. I want to tell her, and I don't want to stress her out, but I don't want to stress her out since she's pregnant. I feel like I know the answer, but I don't know how to tell her. 1, did you take a picture? Did you take a picture? 2, how far along in the pregnancy is she? Can she get rid of it still? Girl, because you talking about this happened how many weeks ago? What? Was it a week or 2 ago? Girl, that, you know, when it comes to a pregnancy, it's week by week. They measure week by week. How far along is she? Can she still get rid of that shit? Because you know what I'm saying? Like, you talking about like, oh, like a week ago, man, maybe if you told her a week ago, she could still get rid of it. How far along are we, y'all? But I'm saying you got to have a picture of this shit, because what if he was just having dinner with like a sister? What if it was like his aunt or some shit, you know? I mean, I don't know if they was kissing or holding hands or what. You have that information. But you got to get a picture, because especially since she got all them hormones raging, women, when you put your nose in somebody else's business, this is why a lot of the time people are like, oh, like if you found out like a man was cheating on a woman, would you tell the woman? I feel like most women say no, because of the fact that typically the woman retaliates. The woman doesn't go, oh my God, girl, thank you so much. Actually, I think every single time that I've tried to tell a woman that like her man was cheating on her, they attacked me. So I've just given up on telling women. And that might sound bad to you, and you're like, Jezabelle, like, no, I've literally had a woman threaten to fight me because her man hit me up. He hit me up, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. And so I screenshot it, sent it to her, and she's like, stay out his DMs. I was like, girl, what the fuck? I don't want that man. I literally don't want him. So you gotta take pictures of that shit. I don't know. She sounds like a sweet lady and a Disney princess. Girl, fuck the pregnancy. I'd tell that girl. I honestly, she's pregnant. The only reason why I would tell her is because she's pregnant. Like I said just now, I typically wouldn't tell a woman, but she's pregnant, I would tell her, because if she still got the opportunity to get rid of that shit, she can still get rid of it. Ooh, you were in a peanut of a situation. What would you do if your boyfriend cheated on you with another man? I would. That's a short question. Simple. If I found out that the guy that I was dating cheated on me with a man. That would probably be the easiest breakup I'd ever have in my whole life. There would be no conversation. I literally would erase them from my life. Any pictures uploaded with them, I'd delete them. Any text messages, deleted. Pictures on my phone, deleted. Anything that they've given me, thrown out, burned. Jewelry, buddy, I pawned it. I literally would eradicate any bit of existence from my life. Literally. I'm not even joking. And then let's say we live together and they come home, I'd be like, you need to leave. You need to leave. I'm done with this. You just need to leave. And I would not add more to that. They would just move out and they'd be done. They'd be gone. And I would literally act as if they never existed. I would act as though that whole relationship, I was living on my own. They never existed. Genuinely. Somebody said, let him be happy. Break up. Let him be happy. Why would we think about his happiness? Abel, you got some questionable answers in this chat. Let him be happy. He deserves everything but happiness. Are you kidding me right now? Are you joking? Let me tell you something. There's nothing more disrespectful than you can do to somebody than cheat on them with the opposite sex. There's nothing more disrespectful. If you are a man and you cheat on a woman with another man, that is the worst thing you could do. If you are a woman and you cheat on a man with a woman, that's the worst thing you could do. That's literally the most disrespectful thing you could ever do in your life. And nobody can tell me otherwise. Because here's the thing. Baby, I can't give you what a man gives you. I don't got that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't do that. I can't offer you that. Even if I fucking put on some plastic and tried, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I don't have motion in my ocean. I don't know how to, I can't do that. I'm not a boy. I'm not a man. I can't provide for you that way. You know what I'm saying? And then same thing, vice versa. What a woman gives to a woman, a man would never know. A woman knows what a woman wants, okay? The vagina has been a mystery to man since the dawn of fucking time. But women, we know. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, if a girl gets with a girl, you just let it go. If you are a man and your girl cheats on you with a girl, let her go. She's gone. You've lost her. There's no getting her back. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I would eradicate him from existence. That's what it would be. I would act as though he never existed. And I wouldn't even tell people either that I broke up with him. Like, I would just go to hang out with a friend. They'd be like, oh, how are you and such doing? I'd be like, who? They'd be like, such and such, the person you've been dating for like 3 years. I'd be like, what are you talking about? Literally gaslight them. I would literally gaslight them. That's what I would do. Oh, wow. It just keeps getting worse and worse. Here we go. I keep finding Grindr and gay porn on my man's phone, but he keeps denying he's gay and I'm still with him, but porn is a problem. What should I do? Why are you still with him? Babe, that was probably... I'm about to end the episode. I am. Baby, you're not even finding gay porn. You're finding Grindr. Do you know what that is, honey? Do you know what Grindr is? That is a tool used by gay men to have sex with each other. That's what it is. It's not Tinder. It's not Tinder where you meet up with a man and, he like takes you on a half-ass date and, like works his way in real quick. It's not Tinder. It is strictly, I'm at this motel down the street, room 601. Come now. And you can see that they're like 600 feet away. 99% of the time, there's no pictures. There's no faces. It is like a blank picture. There's nothing. It's literally just men horned out for other men. They don't even know what each other looks like. It's just like describe yourself, and they use like one of their like terms, you know, like, oh, I'm a big bear, which means they're like big, brawly, and like hairy type shit, you know. I don't know gay terms. Or he's like, I'm a femboy, or like, I don't know, what, a bottom, you know, like they describe them. That's how they'll describe themselves. That's literally how it goes. That's literally what it is. They don't even know what each other looks like. They just be showing up. That is 99% of the time most Grindr interactions. Most of them, yeah. And the only reason why I know this is because I have a friend who was partaking on Grindr, and they were like, and I was curious. I was like, oh, like, is that like Tinder? And then they like literally showed me. Shit was talking about like 60 feet away. The fuck? Like, we're in a restaurant right now. 60 feet. Him over there. It could be any one of these men. What? So, let me tell you something, baby. You didn't just find porn. He's been fucking other men. He's been doing other dudes. He has either been getting cracked or doing the cracking. Either way, baby, you need to watch a Tyler Perry movie or something. You got to get out of this. Okay? This is not, he's gay. He's talking about he keeps denying he's gay. And what, you believe him? Girl, get out of there. What should you do? Leave. You know what? This is a situation when Jezabelle is actually telling you to take her advice. This is ridiculous. Get tested. That one's real. That one's actually very real. Amidst all of the jokes, you should definitely get tested. Like, actually. Go get tested, break up with him, and find somebody better. In that order. You can even break up with him while you're getting tested. But very, very serious. If there's anything that you take from this, actually go get tested. For everything. Everything. Okay. Anyway, here we go. Oh, this is an interesting one. I need your input. My boyfriend's family is hardcore Republican. I'm nowhere near. Obviously, he was raised by them, so he's kind of in between, but he still respects my opinions. I don't like socializing with his family. What do I do? Politics really make or break people a lot of the time. That's the part that's crazy. This is hard. Somebody said bad sign. Oof. I think that this is very difficult for me to answer. I feel like it's difficult for anybody to answer because I feel like most people try to surround themselves with people who have similar like morals and views. So dating somebody who shares opposing views, but you said he didn't share opposing views. You said he's kind of in the middle. So it sounds like he's figuring himself out and he still respects your opinions. But that's, fuck, this is so difficult. Because you say he respects your opinions, but sometimes, you know, like those super heavy Republican, like hardcore opinions kind of don't do any respecting. At all. Okay, I'm going to ignore the boyfriend part, and I'm just going to talk about the family. Because I don't know what happens between you and your boyfriend, and I don't know what you mean by he still respects your opinions. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But what I do know is that most of the time you're not going to like... Someone said yellow flag. Yes, we're... we've got our guard up. When it comes to the family, most of the time you're not going to like your significant other's family. I'll just be real with you. Does anybody in the chat in a relationship and they actually like their significant other's family? I feel like most of the time we just kind of put up with them. No hate against them in any way where it's like, oh my God, I hate them. Nothing like that. It's just kind of like, someone said, okay, 2 people said no, 1 person said me. Okay, period. Depends. Siblings, yes. Okay, I fuck with siblings, definitely. Siblings are cool. I don't mean anything about it. Siblings are cool, but I mean like, you know, like parents type shit. That's what I'm talking about. But to be honest, I don't like them. That's what I'm saying. So like, here's what you got to go by right here is everybody saying like, honestly, like I don't really like them. It's really, I know people it's such a difficult situation because here's the thing. I know tons of people actually, and I'm sure there's people in the chat that can relate to this too, that, I know tons of people that were raised by Republican families because, well, I grew up in the South, and they grew up and were completely opposite. Completely opposite. I'm like so serious. I remember when I was in college, there was this girl that went to my school that she was like most of the kids at my school were like Republicans, again, grew up in the South. So this is very like common. And me and her literally never really talked to each other. We just knew of each other, but we never like were friends or anything like that. We just knew of each other. And I remember when I was in college, I used to post all this political stuff on my story. And I was just like very democratic in my views, you know, very, very left in my views, right? And I was very vocal. And I remember we followed each other on Instagram, and she like reached out to me one day and she was like, dude, I am so happy to see that someone else that grew up in the same town as me shares the same views as me. Like she like poured herself out like all these paragraphs. Mind you, we literally were never friends, never talked to each other before. And she sends me these paragraphs about how she has felt trapped her whole life because her family is like raging Republican, and like growing up in the area that we grew up in was raging Republican. And so she like has never voiced her opinions, how she feels or anything like that. And she's like been getting in like these huge fights with her dad, and she like moved away, went to college far away, and like votes blue. She's like very opposite of him. And she said she just feels very alone and isolated because most of the people that she grew up and was like friends with, she stopped being friends with them once she moved away because, well, they are not her people. So this is a super common thing. So that's why I'm saying I can't like really comment on the boyfriend aspect. But like, to be honest, for the family one, sometimes you just really not gonna like the family. That's really what it is. If you feel as though your partner respects you, if you feel as though you align well with your partner, I think that's all that matters. As long as like, you know, like he's not being swayed, like if the parents are in his ear talking about something like, oh, she's like terrible, blah, 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 like this and that, which I don't think is what's happening in your situation. It's really just about your partner. Most of the time you'll just find the family annoying no matter who it is you date. It is extremely rare. That's why I think there was only like a couple people in the chat that were like, I like the family. It's extremely rare that you actually enjoy them. So, I'll tell you, that one's rough. That one's like a super common one, being like where I'm from, like South Georgia. Man, oh man. Guys, I think that was all the ones that I collected. That was it. What a way to conclude our episode. This has been intense. How long did we even go for on here? Oh my God, guys. This episode is almost 2 hours long. 2 hours? Oh my God, y'all are fed. Y'all are fucking fed this week. That's insane. Y'all gotta take a moment. You gotta take a moment. I done put you in a food coma with all this content. That's crazy. Y'all gonna have to break this up into like multiple days. Like if you're somebody that listens to the podcast, like you are gonna have to like listen to like, if you listen to 30-minute increments, bro, you got content. This is insane. That's actually crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. I can't believe it. We've made it. 100 episodes. This is intense. I don't even know. What do we do? All get naked or something? What the fuck? Huh? At some point, no. I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me. Thank you so much for being here for all 100 episodes. I appreciate and love every single one of you. I love doing this. This is so much fun. Look at how far we've come. Look at this cute little setup we've got. I feel so cozy, so comfortable. This is great. You guys are all amazing. I love you all so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night. I hope that you sleep very well tonight. I hope that you wake up feeling great, because tomorrow is going to be a great freaking day, as well as the rest of this week is going to be. I love you all so much for the 1 millionth time, for the 100th time. Good night, everybody. See you next Friday.